The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future.
And welcome inside Delaware Live here in Smyrna, Delaware for the rivalry. The Caesar Rodney Riders and the Smyrna Eagles. A lot of history here in this event. Joining me tonight, the former Caesar Rodney wrestler and former head coach, Dan Rigby. And Dan, you can tell people a lot about this rivalry. You've been involved in it for a long, long time.
Yeah, Benny, this is special. You know, when you grow up in a wrestling family, you grow up watching this match in the late 90s, early 2000s, and the history for both teams is just it's just exceptional. And no matter what happens, there's always sure to be fireworks when Caesar Rodney and Smyrna match up. So excited to be here. Thanks for having me, and hopefully we get a great night of wrestling here.
We're going to start off at 106 tonight. And that's going to be number 4 ranked Ben Donato from Caesar Rodney. He's 25-10 on the season. Against Michael Pearson, the freshman, 17-6. They do have one meeting that Donato won. 113, we don't know what's going to happen there. CR has Ashton Graham and number 2 ranked Cole Moffitt weighed in. And Smyrna has Ian Alfrey, and they also have Olivia Natacola weighed in at 106. So we could see a bump there. 126. Number 1 ranked Trevor Copes, 29-3 on the season, should see Donald Smith, but the Riders also weighed in Alex Batten at 126 tonight. So we're going to see some movement between that 126 and that 138 tonight. A couple big matchups. Number 6 ranked Keegan Grataski against Owen Meister at 190. Meister not ranked, but he's like that guy on the bubble. And then you had number 2 ranked Owen Dixon at 175 pounds, ranked number 2. So we're going to turn to and you also had Chi-Chi Yule, ranked number 4 at heavyweight. Let's turn to the public address announcer. Folks, we're going to cut aside for the national anthem. We'll be right back with some high school wrestling here from Smyrna.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel. Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast.
And welcome back to Smyrna High School. Dan, we were looking over the rosters. It looks like head coach Aaron Harris has made a few changes in his weight classes here. Maybe some matchups he thinks he can get and take advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, this match always comes down to who's going to win the toss-ups, who's going to get the favorable matchups. This coin toss always means a lot here in the beginning, and really it's just a tale of who can win the close ones, who can score bonus points. Both teams are going to show up like they always do, so we'll see what happens.
The head coach of Smyrna, Aaron Harris, the head coach of Cesar Rodney, Trey Mitchell. I want to thank Bill Schultz, athletic director here from Smyrna, getting us set up tonight.
All right, guys, both teams have had their pre-meet
and our referee,
speech.
Kenny
Do you have
Krieger.
any questions at this time? All right, captains, I ask that you keep your team at the bench or behind it. Coaches, we've discussed you got that white line right there, right? You guys are going to be green, red. Odd or even? Odd. Good luck,
So
gentlemen.
Cesar Rodney takes the toss, takes the odd matches. I think Trey Mitchell looking there at what's going to happen at 113.
Yeah, I mean, again, that coin toss means a lot in tight matches like this. Who can send their better wrestlers out against who can
CR
get
Green
the favorable
chooses
matchups.
odd number matches.
And,
Odd number matches.
Both of these coaches are seasoned coaches. They know what they're doing, and it should be a fun one.
So here we go, ready to start at 106 pounds. For the Riders, sophomore, 25-10 on the season, ranked number 4 at 106 pounds, Ben Donato. And for the Smyrna Eagles, freshman, 17-6, Michael Pearson. Dan, right away, Trey Mitchell comes out in the home blue uniforms.
Yeah, I mean, that's bringing out a little bit of spaz here at the away gym. I love it. This has got to be a match that Cesar Rodney has on paper, hopefully for a win for them. But Michael Pearson has a good record on the year, so we'll see what happens here.
One meeting between these two back in December, Donato winning at the Milford Invitational. We're underway at 106 pounds. Smyrna coming off a win over Red Lion Christian Academy.
Center. Red, that's a warning.
And the
Warning, red.
Riders coming off a loss to Slazianum on Saturday.
Yeah, that could be tough sometimes coming off a loss, and we'll see what Coach Mitchell has for his team. Can he get him back on track? Can he get him fired up in a crucial Henlopen North matchup here? An early stall against Smyrna could play a big factor in this
Donato
match.
in on the left leg, subs up, looking to split the legs. Hooks the leg.
Wrestle through it, gentlemen. Wrestle through it.
Just needs to pop his head. Does a takedown for Ben Donato. Good work there, Dan, on just being patient on
One.
that.
Center.
Yeah,
Get center.
Ben's known
Work
for his
center.
leg
Work center.
attacks. He likes to
Stop.
move his
No.
hands and move
Right
his
there,
feet,
center.
and a
Take
lot
that
of
head.
action from Ben Donato here already.
Donato, JV last year behind Alex McAvoy, two-time state place winner, a state finalist.
That's the crazy thing about the Smyrna and Cesar Rodney teams, Benny, is that sometimes students and athletes just sit in waiting. They could be a really tough wrestler, but they have to wait behind a state champ or a state finalist, and that's what makes both of these programs so special.
Another shot by Donato. Sweep single this time. Trying to bring a mid-level switch is to a double. Takes him to the edge.
Control.
And gets another
Green.
takedown. 4-1,
Green, you got it.
Donato.
Green, you're in control. Green.
the other night. He was dominating that match against Sussex Tech and end up with a Tech fall in a match that Coach Mitchell felt he should have got a pin. He said, yeah, he's a sophomore. He's going to learn from it.
Improve.
Yeah, and you can afford to have those kind of bonus points left on the table against a match like that, but in a match against these Rodney or against Smyrna, you have to get those bonus points. So I'm sure he's thinking about that already.
Set, top, cover legal.
19 seconds left in the first period. Donato in the top position, leads 4-1. Goes to crush the hip, comes back to a cross wrist.
It's a dangerous position there for Smyrna.
So you kind of wanted to reach back for the head. That's going to move us to the second period.
Green to first, red, stay
4-1
center,
lead.
stay center, red, stay center. Get to the center, red, your choice.
Kenny Krieger doing Big Ten matches now.
Yeah, Kenny has really come up through the ranks here in Delaware. We're so lucky to still have him around. I just got a chance to talk to him. We did the Rutgers match, or the Rider match this past weekend, and never too big to come home and do some Delaware high school wrestling, so we're lucky.
Pearson takes bottom position. Donato goes to his 2-on-1 tilt, or 2-on-1 tilt.
1, 2.
And gets the 2 back. Goes up 6-1. This is where Donato's tough now. When he gets that cross wrist, he can rack up points.
Yeah, I got to stop by the room the other day and then talk to him a little bit about that 2-on-1 tilt, and he does a really nice job getting laces to elevate that bottom foot. And we'll see if he can keep doing that here. I'm really impressed with Pearson and his movement on bottom. He's not kind of just sat on bottom. He's done a nice job moving, so he's going to need to continue that so he doesn't get barred or 2-on-1 here.
Minute 20 to go here in the second period. Pearson rises up. Donato's going to give him the release, and it's 6-2. Donato right back in on a shot.
Ben's been here a couple times in this match so far. That's illegal.
Stop. I got a legal red, 1 green.
Ben's been in this sub-up position a couple times, and he takes him to a side. If he wants to score some bonus points, he needs to look for that Turk position off that.
Oh, quick go behind. Not quite there yet. Gets it. Take down Donato. He's up 9-2.
Still green. No change. Still green. No change here. Still green.
35 to go here, second period.
There's no change here. Still green.
Now inside 30.
1 red. We're neutral. Work center. Get to the center.
Oh, there's that throw under. And they go out of bounds. 17 seconds on the restart.
Trainer.
And we're going to have injury timeout. He's had an issue this year with people tying his hands up.
Injury time, red, please.
We saw there he's going to that little underthrow or throw under whip type move.
Yeah, you know, Benny, as you get into tougher competition, and I think Rodney and Smyrna are both kind of running into the meat of their schedule, being able to hand fight effectively and get to your ties is really a key factor in getting to your takedowns. As the year goes on, you need to really focus in on what are your hand fighting skills and what are you looking to get to, and it looks like Ben is really starting to focus in on that. I know Coach Mitchell and Coach Worley are probably telling him, you're up by 6 now. You got to start thinking about some bonus points, start scoring some takedowns, maybe run some takedowns, get some tilts, and maybe open that score up. For Pearson, though, I mean, he's really he hasn't yielded anything. I mean, he goes on bottom and he's continued to move. He has good position, so this is going to be a fun third period to get there.
Here we go. 15 to go here in the second. And looking for that little shrug by again. Gets in on a shot with 9 to go. Picks it up mid-level.
This is that Turk position. He's got to look for that
And
Turk
gets
if
the
he can
two.
get it there. He's there if he can get his Turk.
So built the major 11-3 lead. Now where can he go from here?
Yeah, I think sometimes, Benny, it's easy for wrestlers to kind of pump the brakes and coast, and that can get you in trouble. So we'll see if Donato can keep the pedal to the metal here and keep scoring points.
Slight pause, all right? Slight pause, guys. Set. Go ahead and get set, Green. Hold top.
So Donato's going to take bottom position with the 8-point lead. Comes to his feet right away.
Improve.
Pearson has to be careful.
He has a stall warning.
Yeah.
11-3 lead for Ben Donato of Caesar Rodney here. First match of the night. The biggest rivalry in Delaware in wrestling, that is. You used to have St. Mark's Sally's, but that kind of died for a while, and so this is the longest and biggest rivalry in the state. Good crowd here tonight, not what we used to see 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, but you know, Benny, it is really nice to see St. Mark's
coming back,
and they had a great match against Sally's the other night. So that's exciting, and that's good for Delaware wrestling.
Pearson putting a good ride on here. Minute 24 to go. Donato knee slides up to get that foot off his ankle and they go out of bounds. Minute 14 on the restart.
If I'm Coach Trey Mitchell here, I'm okay with the major, and if I'm Coach Harris, at some point I might think about cutting him and trying to cut that major down to a decision.
Looks like he's going to try to go near side cradle.
Seems Pearson's pretty tough on top, though. He's got a good ride. He's kind of neutralizing Donato's bottom game here. Got to be careful of those locked hands in that position.
Minute to go here, third period of the first match of the night, 106 pounds.
Let's work to score, both guys here. Work to improve.
Anytime a guy goes over top like that, you got to look for that three-quarter Nelson.
Right.
Be aware of that.
.33 to go here, third period. Pearson keeping that angle trapped on the backside. Donato comes back up again. And Donato gets the escape. Kind of thought he was in a good position there with that arm around the back. In on another shot with 15 to go.
Wrestle through it, gentlemen. Wrestle through it.
And this is what we talked about earlier, Benny. Caesar Rodney got a bonus point here. That's got to be a win for them. They got to be excited about that. Whoever is going to get the most bonus points is obviously going to win this match. So
Ben Donato with the win at 106.
Stay with me here, Green. Stay with me. Come here, Red. Shake hands. Shake hands. Good handshake. Right here. Stay with me. 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 Good job.
So we're going back to, now we're going to move to 113 pounds.
I think this is where you might see the first little jockeying of positions here. Caesar Rodney has two wrestlers weighed in at 113 pounds, and it looks like Smyrna's going to have to send first here. So we'll get our first glance at what Coach Mitchell's
and they're going to send out Natacola. We assume Trey Mitchell sends out Ashton Graham. That's what we got, Ashton Graham and Olivia Natacola. Here we go, 113 pounds. Graham in on a high crotch, switches off to the double, runs it across, and gets the first takedown.
Green, you got it, Green.
I've got a chance to watch Ashton Graham wrestle a couple times this year, and he is a firecracker early, but he does tend to fade a little bit late in matches. So the longer that Natacola can keep this match going, the better for her. But she's got to survive the storm early here with Ashton Graham.
Ashton Graham gets the first takedown. Interesting note tonight, 3 Dixons between the two teams, cousins, and the dads wrestled at Dover.
Yeah, you know, this rivalry always has a lot of families involved, and they're not always, you know, long Caesar Rodney or long Smyrna folks. They can be a little transient. Speaking of families, the Natacola family, obviously a household name here in
Smyrna,
the last couple of years with the two brothers being super tough.
Graham has the cradle locked up, brings it, gets the near fall, getting the swipes.
He's got to try to get that bottom knee into the ribs to let her shoulder fall on the inside here. She's okay as long as she can keep that inside shoulder up.
Kenny, as you hear Kenny Krieger on holding 3.
Go holding. Holding 3. Holding 3. 3, Green.
And gets the 3 back. Graham goes up 5-0.
That was a great fight by Natacola to save some points for her team. But
this time half Nelson.
Nope, not there, you're not there. not there.
10 to go here in the first period. Puts a boot in and then goes to the cradle. And time's going to run out here
Red, you're
in the
choice.
first period.
You got all the choices.
You know,
Red, the
Benny,
first
I
green.
have to give that period to Smyrna there. I mean,
Right here.
to survive that first
Green
period is
takes
a win for
neutral.
them.
Second
Right.
period.
The longer, like I said, the longer this match goes on, the better it is for Natacola.
Then we're underway in the second. Smyrna defers. Ashton Graham goes to his feet. And just kind of crawls right into a double leg, Dan.
2. Green, you got it. Green, Green, you got it.
Got to get a Turk position again there, Benny, on that low leg. We're missing those Turk opportunities for Caesar
Still
Rodney.
green, still green.
And be careful not to lock your hands here if you're Caesar Rodney.
Now looking to go near side cradle. He's going to have to get his hips out.
Work to improve. Work to improve here.
There he's got the near side cradle.
Natacola is not going over here, Benny.
Yeah,
She's
he's got to go elbows
determined.
together here if he's going to turn
You got
this.
to pull it to your chest, get her off that shoulder.
Minute to go here in the second period. 7-0 lead for Ashton Graham.
One,
And now
Two,
getting the swipes here.
3, 4.
If he can come back over on top,
Oh.
Dan.
This
Hold
is
him,
tough.
Graham, hold him. I'll hold
This is
him.
tough for Natacola here.
And
there
gets
we
the
go.
fall for the Riders. Ashton Graham, 2 matches, 2 bonus for Caesar Rodney.
I tell you, Benny, Natacola really fought hard in that match, but Ashton Graham just proved to be a little bit too much. If Ashton can put a whole match together, he's a tough guy, but he's a firecracker early on in that match for sure.
That'll bring out Cole Moffitt for the Riders. And we're going to see Ian Alfrey just coming back from injury. Was injured in December.
Yeah, these two met earlier in the year, I believe, at the Milford tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, decision for Moffitt.
Yeah, so
Keep those
Alfrey's
hands
been
legal in there.
another
Keep 'em clean.
Smyrna guy who's been in the program for a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's tough.
Gets
And,
it on a low single right away.
Glad to see him back in the lineup.
Moffitt just tucks the head and goes behind. 2 for Cole Moffitt. Two-zero lead for Cole Moffitt. We're at 120 pounds. And talking to Trey Mitchell in the gym before the match, he said he wanted to make an early run tonight.
Yeah, you know, looking at this matchup, Benny, I think the early matches probably favor Caesar Rodney. Those middle matches are some toss-ups that are crucial for both teams. But
Fight to stay
Smyrna's
here,
going to make
fight
a
to
little
stay
run
here.
here at the end. They've got about 4 or 5 favorable matchups at the end. So Caesar
Work the
Rodney
score,
now
both guys,
needs to
both
try to
guys,
build a
work
little bit of a
here.
lead and try to sustain some of those tougher matches at the back end of this match.
Approaching a minute to go here in the first period.
Both guys, work the score. Both guys.
Caesar Rodney leads the duel 10-0.
You know,
Half Nelson.
Benny, just looking at these first 6 wrestlers, I remember most of these wrestlers coming up through both of the youth programs,
Right.
Young Riders, Smyrna Little Wrestlers, and that's what makes this match so special is that a lot of these athletes are homegrown and come up through the program, and it means something. It's something is special about this match to them. So
Another interesting note on tonight's match is while head coach
Improve,
Caesar,
both
for
guys.
Caesar
Green,
Rodney,
red,
Trey
I got warning,
Mitchell,
bottom. That's a warning, bottom.
is a CR
Bottom,
alum.
bottom,
So is the head coach from
solid.
Smyrna, Aaron Harris, former CR wrestler.
yeah, Aaron was a state champ. I remember watching him growing up and actually having some epic battles against one of the Johnson brothers from
Right,
Smyrna.
Frankie, yeah.
From Frankie, yeah, and you know, now it's Smyrna and doing a fantastic job there. Won 2 state titles, and prior to that led Dover into a really successful couple of years.
Green, your choice.
2 coaches, both with college
Green.
experience.
Green to first, red.
Aaron Harris,
Bob,
Delaware Valley
second
College,
period.
and Trey Mitchell, McDaniel College. 2
Aaron spent,
Division III schools.
yeah, and Aaron spent some time coaching
In Florida.
but also at the collegiate level. So both of these guys know their way around the sport and are no strangers to this rivalry.
Switch attempt by Alfrey. Yeah, Moffitt just a little too strong for that, Dan. Just grinding on that left side.
Yeah, he's got a big bite of that tight waist, and that tight waist can really drain you. If you know, late in the third period, if somebody's riding tight waist on you the whole match, that can really zap some energy from you.
2-0 to score. Moffitt in lead. Minute 34 goes second period, trying to run a half here.
Work to improve, both guys, work to improve.
Alfrey already has a warning for stalling. He needs to be careful down here on bottom. He needs to try to build a base and get back up. And you have to wonder, you know, being out injured for a little while, what is his conditioning like? We'll see that here soon.
Work to score, both guys, work to score.
And, of course, you know, Dan, there's no conditioning like
Oh,
wrestling
warning,
conditioning.
red,
You can
warning.
run, you can
Warning
bite.
bottom, that's a warning, stalling, red, 1.
So that's going to be a point
Green.
for Moffitt for the stalling.
Yeah, it's early in the match for that, Benny, and you know you gotta keep wrestling here because there's still 3 minutes in this match left, and those points add up pretty quickly.
3-0 lead for
Work to
Cole
score,
Moffitt.
both
The
guys,
Riders
both
lead 10-0 in the duel. Looking to snatch it back.
Not there, you're not there.
Moffitt, while not scoring, staying active, Dan.
Yeah, he's getting his hips out to the side. He's keeping himself away from that stall call, and you know, if I'm Alfrey, you know, Cole Moffitt is a guy who can catch you anywhere. So you need to be really disciplined to not get your hips flying all around the mat, because if you do that, Cole can make you pay.
34 seconds to go here. Another switch. And like I said, that deep tight waist. Remember Paul Kyer doing a clinic one time. One of the most important things about top wrestling is a good deep tight waist.
Yeah, I mean, again, you zap the energy from him, and it's just it's not a comfortable position. You don't enjoy being down there, and
15 to go here, second period. Moffitt will have choice when we go to the third. Trying to dig in a bar here on the left side.
I'm interested to see what they choose. Cesar Rodney chooses here in the third period. We're only 3-0. You know, if you can score bonus points here, that's a big difference. And they're going to go neutral.
Yep.
Neutral, third period.
So they'll go to their feet. 3-0 lead for Moffitt.
Ready, have stall warnings. Set.
Alfrey's one takedown away from being right back in this match,
That's right.
Benny. I mean, Moffitt rode him out pretty good there for 2 periods, but one takedown and he's right back in
Oh,
this
Moffitt could be going near side cradle here. He's got it locked up.
No control.
He's got to stay elbow deep behind that knee.
Green,
He's
you
going
got
to
it,
get his
Green.
2.
Green, you're in control, Green.
5-0 lead for Moffitt. Alfrey, nice job fighting off that, not getting locked up in that
Yeah,
cradle.
that was a
No
dangerous
change,
position,
still
but now
green.
looks like Moffitt's going to run some takedowns, but he doesn't give the one yet.
Still green. No change, still green.
One thing Moffitt does from this front headlock position is he's either near side cradle or cement mixer.
Right.
So Alfred's got to be
legal.
really
Keep that legal
careful
there.
when he
Keep that
recovers
legal.
off his knees, that he
Work to
recovers
improve,
smart.
both guys, work to score.
Approaching a minute to go.
Still green.
He puts that arm up. Moffitt's going to make him pay for it.
This time low leg.
Again, he's got to get elbow deep behind that knee if he's going to really sink it.
No backs there.
Work to improve, both guys, work to score.
Benny, again, I'm impressed with Alfred.
Red, warning,
I know he's got a couple
stalling,
stalling calls, but
red, 1.
he's not giving up anything big here. He's staying pretty conservative. He's 2 points away from getting majored, but the next stall call is going to be 2, and that would put him into a major decision.
Still you, green, still you. 1. Neutral. Keep that legal there.
Shot 10 by Moffitt. 15 to go. And it's like Moffitt's going to walk away with a 6-1 decision. And the Riders, they take the first 3 of the night.
Yeah, Benny, that was a pretty dominating 6-1 match, but for a wrestler just coming back off of injury, to be able to keep that to a decision, Smyrna's got to be happy with that. That could have gotten into a decision pretty easily, and Alfred did a nice job fighting that off. So I know, you know, in these matches you want to get wins, but sometimes shaving bonus points can be all the difference.
Yeah, looks like we got another decision to make here. It's Smyrna needs to send out first, and they're going to send out Smith.
Yeah, you have Copes and Batten here both, and looks like they're going to send out #1 ranked Trevor Copes.
So the top-ranked 126-pounder in the state comes to the mat. So you have Trey Mitchell, you got to be thinking bonus here.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be in a tech fall or a pin scenario here, and Trevor can do both of those well.
And here we go, underway at 126.
Donald Smith, no slouch here, Benny, with a 14-7 record as a junior. But he's got a tall order against him here with Trevor Copes, who can score a lot of points.
These two have met in middle school. Copes in with the low single.
Nice funk and nice height there. Now this is a Smyrna CR crowd with the first takedown.
Legal, keep that legal. Red, you got it.
So Davis gets the first takedown. And Copes has the low leg.
Do you, Red?
And he's going to get the reversal.
And he has a Turk here, Benny, so he's going to be looking back to elevate that leg. He's got to frame the face. And now he's got it.
Not there, you're not there. 1, 2, 3.
This is what a few of the CR wrestlers missed earlier in the match, that low leg opportunity, Turk opportunity.
Still holding, Green, still holding.
He's got to release that leg in order to get his points and let the bottom wrestler defend himself.
Holding, Green.
There it is.
And gets the 3, 5-2 lead for Trevor Copes.
Green near fall.
He likes to go to his hammer lock tilt.
Yeah, hammer lock's good. And against Sally's, I saw him come out front just like this, lock it and come out to the front and try to pin.
30 seconds to go. Gonna get with tilt here.
Not there.
This time switches to the armbar tilt.
Not there. 1. You're not there. 1.
Didn't you teach math?
3. Holding 2. I'm holding 2, Green. I'm holding.
That was 45 to me, and he does get a couple back.
Still holding, Green.
Definitely close.
2. Green, near fall.
Goes up 7-2 at the end of the first period.
Choice, Red, second period.
You know, Trevor Copes is good in all three positions, Benny. I got to give a little kudos to Smith there for coming out and not backing down from the number one ranked wrestler.
Right.
It's not easy to do, you know, and he went right at him. So kudos to him. But again, he has to make up some ground here.
Copes takes bottom.
Wait on me, bottom set. Hold that position right there, top, cover legal.
He has major tech or pinned everybody in his weight class so far this year, including the rank guys.
Yeah, that's impressive. And again, like I said, he's a point scoring machine, and that's important.
Underway here in the second period. Smith looks like he's trying to get a boot in on the right side. And does get the right leg in.
He's got 2 boots in here, Benny. He's got to be careful not to make this a potentially dangerous situation. He has an ideal position here. He's got to take his time.
Copes keeping the hips low.
You don't get a lot of opportunities like this against the number one ranked wrestler in the state.
And he gets the reversal. Again, talking about patience. Took his time. It's kind of like wrestling an anaconda down there. The way he was twisting and turning, and staying in a good position, and gets his top half out.
Yeah, don't panic. Understand the position. Know where you are, and trust your training.
Keep it legal. Keep it legal there. Keep that tucked. Keep that legal.
9-2 lead.
Smith has really got to come up from this bottom position. Trevor's really, really tough here. He gets that inside wrist hammer lock. He gets his tilt.
Stalemate, gentlemen. Let's get out of that. Red, you're down.
48 on the restart. Copes 7-2.
Set. Bottom set, top, cover, legal.
Correction, 9-2. And Copes gets the boot in on the left side, goes high 4. Now going to work on the right half up top.
Work to improve here, both guys. Work to improve. Keep it legal.
29 to go here.
He's got it.
Oh, that's a deep half. He's still got the boots in.
He's got plenty of time to sink it back. He's going to let him pass that arm. He can't let him pass that arm. He's got it down. Smith doing a good job of fighting. He's got it past that. Oh, he's got it flat there.
There's the fall. Trevor Copes with the first pin of the night, or second pin of the night.
Stay with me, Grace. Stay with me.
Benny, what I like about that match is that Trevor went out and scored points first, and then pin second. Oftentimes in matches like this, wrestlers go out and try to pin right away, and before you know it, they're in a 2-point match late in the period or late in the match. Score those points, get your bonus on the board, and then go for the pin.
So the Riders go up 19-0 after 4 matches. Alex Batten is on the mat at 132 pounds. He weighed in at 126 tonight. And Smyrna, there's somebody getting somebody ready or trying to make a decision.
Yeah, Benny, if they're going to send out coats here.
They are not.
No, they're not sending out coats.
This is Victor Hernandez Bryant. Has been wrestling mostly 138 this year.
Yeah, Benny Batten, very similar to the 113-pounder. He's a firecracker. He can score a lot of points.
2. Green, you got it, green.
Good tilder. When he's another one, he gets that cross wrist, he's dangerous.
Easy.
Catches him in the pocket, getting the swipes. Runs the bar, maybe a little too hard there. Two-0 lead for Alex Batten.
It seems like Coach Harris says, hey, we're going to try to minimize some points here and then start a little run, hopefully with one of their hammers coming up next, and then a couple toss-up matches. So
the Warren coach, ranked number 6 at
guys?
126, will be wrestling 138 tonight. He weighed in at 132.
And Coach is a pinner. He goes out there and he can put people on their back. So
Go green.
Coach Harris thinks that's a better matchup, obviously. Batten looking for that hazard tilt. He's going to bring it back to the other side now.
35 to go here in the first period.
1, 2.
This time he catches him in the pocket. Gets 3 swipes.
Nothing. You didn't
Nothing.
get nothing there.
Nothing.
Well, I heard him count to 3, but maybe they were 1-1s.
A lot of young wrestlers use that hazard, but they don't put a
1,
stopper on
2,
to keep him from falling out of the
1.
pocket. Alex has got to do a better job of keeping him in the pocket and not letting him belly.
Is holding 2 this time.
2.
Gets the 2, 6
Green,
seconds to
your
go.
ball.
And Batten goes up 4-0.
Green. Nope.
That was close.
Green, you're
We're going to
true.
move to the second period.
Green to first, red. What do you got?
Some indecision here.
Red takes top.
And he's going to take top.
All right, Benny. Anytime somebody
don't
takes
need-
top,
they
they
don't
know
need-
something.
know
you don't
something,
know.
yeah.
Bottom set, hold that position.
Batten's got to
Stop,
probably
cover
get out
legal.
here quick.
Or maybe just didn't want to be on bottom again.
That could be it too.
Batten comes out to a leg.
Still red. Still red, no change. Still red
Bryant,
here.
Hernandez Bryant still in control.
2.
Foot sweep, takedown, or reversal
Green, reversal.
for Batten. He goes up 6-0.
And again, you hear Coach Trey Mitchell yelling, "You're up 6, you're up 6." Both of these teams are well aware of
Wrestle
what
the
their
edge here,
job
gentlemen.
is,
Wrestle the edge, wrestle
whether
the
it's
edge here.
scoring bonus points or shaving bonus points.
Gets the cradle.
This is dangerous for Batten. This is dangerous for
Yep.
Batten.
Go green. Go green.
Batten lucky to get out of that.
There, if you're not there. Go green. Out, red.
And we're going to go out of bounds. Minute 7 on the restart.
Again, Batten, another
Bottom
kid who's
set.
going through sees Rodney. Does a
Top
lot of
hold.
great things, but sometimes puts himself in some precarious situations, kind of like that roll-through
Top
cradle
cover
just
legal.
happened there. In this situation, you can't afford to do that.
No. Take your win.
1.
I call it trying to do too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Under a minute to go.
You've had some luck with that hazard. You know, you rolling through on a cradle is not always the most opportune and ideal situation.
Keep that legal.
40 to go here in the second period at 132 pounds. Batten with a 6-0 lead.
Work
The
the
Riders
score,
lead the
both
duel
guys.
19-0.
It's a big arm bar here, Benny.
1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 2, Rick. Holding 2 green, I'm holding. Holding 2.
Hernandez
Keep that
Bryant
legal.
doing a great
Keep
job
that legal.
fighting off
He
the
is.
position so far. Again, wrestling
Still
for the
holding.
team.
2.
And that's 2
Green.
back. And the major has
ball.
been built.
10 seconds.
And then a
1,
hazard.
2, 3, holding 2. 1, 2, holding 2.
2 seconds to go. So he's going to go up 10-0 as time runs out.
Green.
That moves us to the third period.
Green takes neutral, third period. Center, guys, get to the center.
And he's going to take neutral.
And Coach Trey Mitchell was saying top or neutral.
Get to the center,
And
Dylan. Put on
if
line.
I was batting in that situation,
Set.
I just scored 2 easy sets of back points.
Right.
I think I would have taken my chances there.
Oh, a little throw by there on the front headlock.
Control.
He's got a cradle and he's going
2, 1.
again.
Trying to do too much.
Yeah, silly decision.
you're in
Stick
control,
with
Red,
what's
you're in
getting you
control.
here. Solid technique. And he's in a 3/4 null. He's got to be careful here, Benny.
1, 2.
And they get the fall.
That is a big swing match. And Benny, instead of Cesar Rodney getting a major decision, that turns into 6 points for Smyrna.
Makes it 19-6.
And that is a huge turn of events here in this match.
So Braden Bowles comes out for the Riders. And we should see Warren Coates for Smyrna.
Yeah, Warren Coates can put together some big moves, and Braden Bowl has to be really mindful that he has solid
Hold on,
technique
shake
here,
hands.
or Coach is going to make him pay for it.
And we're underway at 138 pounds. Shot attempt by Coates. And Bowl has him in a front headlock position. Coates with a sucker drag. Now has a quarter Nelson. Takes it to a high crotch.
Got a fireman's carry here. A good job by Bowl for fighting that off. He's got to get a higher elbow on this front headlock.
Work center.
Risky scenario there
Yeah.
for Bowl. You don't need that.
And takedown for Coates.
Got a
Red, you
Merkle
got it,
situation. Let's see if he tries to roll with it here. Just,
1,
he got it.
1.
Gets 2 and then a reversal for Bowl.
1 and 1.
Also no backs. So it was 1 and 1.
Rolling with that Merkle is a move that's I haven't seen been done very successful in quite some time.
All right.
I think you
Works
think
at
you
the youth level real
yeah,
well.
I think you hold your position there and hopefully get a stalemate or get your foot out.
Improve.
Coates attempting to switch. 30 to go here in the first period.
Out. Easy break. Red, you're down.
Benny, I know I keep saying this, but 2 more wrestlers who have come up through the ranks.
Right.
Center.
Both of these young wrestlers came up
1 and
through
1.
the
Yeah,
youth
1.
programs, and
Center, guys. Red.
that's a good thing to see these days, where it's
Right.
easy to jump ship and go to a different school. These two have
Bottom set.
stayed within the program and bought their time.
Top cover legal.
2-2. 20 seconds to go first period at 138 pounds. Granby attempt by Coates.
But watch Peterson here. Bowles got to be careful not to sag that right arm. Coach, yep, that was good mat awareness.
Improve.
Great standing switch.
And a reversal for Coates.
Red reversal.
And that's the end of the first period. 4-2 lead for Warren Coates.
Red.
It's tough to give up points late in the
Red,
period
choices on
like
you. You
that
got all the
because you
choices,
can't
Red.
get them back. You got to wait until
Talk
the
to
next
me.
period.
Red to
That
first.
was a great
Green.
job by Coates
Red, I need you to center.
getting that score late in the period.
Green takes bottom.
So 4-2 lead. Coates to first.
Top,
Bowl
hold
will
on,
take
Red.
bottom.
Red, wait. Bottom set, hold that position. Top, cover legal.
Good breakdown by Coach, and Bowl right back to his base. And Bowl able to roll through. 1:35 to go here, second period. Big mat return by Coach.
Benny, these two guys have been going at it now for a minute and a half. I think conditioning might play a factor here for who wants to win this match and who's been working harder in the practice room. We'll find out soon, I think.
4-2 lead for Warren Coach. 1:11 to go here in the second period.
Set.
Coach has done a really nice job getting to those cross wrists, that cross tricep, looking for like a little corkscrew.
Hey, your elbows cannot be touching your knees, all right? Cannot be touching knees there. Go ahead and get set, all right? Keep it legal. Set, top, cover legal.
And here we go, midway through the second
There
period.
it is again.
Locked hands.
Stop, stop.
I think Coach thought he was going for a cradle there, but he was under the shoulder.
Right.
Can't be around the body and lock that, all right? Can't do that. It's a body cradle, can't do that. Bottom set.
4-3.
I love Kenny Krieger being
Explain
able
it.
to explain it to the wrestler. That's a tough position to be in. And Kenny Krieger doing a great job explaining that to the wrestler.
And Bowl rises to his feet, gets the escape. We're tied up at 4. And I believe Bowl will have choice in the third.
Nice
Low single, ankle pick. And takedown for Coach. He goes up 6-4. Now looking to go to a tilt. 25 to go, second period.
If I'm Coach, I want to finish this period on top. And if I'm Bowl, I got to try to find a way to get to my feet and score late in the period.
Comes to his feet, 10 seconds to go.
Big half there to get some points before the buzzer. Great
And
job
he's
by
going to pick up
Coach.
2 back.
Benny, late in a match like this, I like to watch body language and see who's fading and who's rising.
Neither seem to be right now. They're both good position.
This way, this way.
So Bowl will take bottom here in the third. He trails 8-4.
Bowl's got to really make an attempt to get to his feet. Coach is starting to get his number on top here.
Third period, 138 pounds. The Riders lead the duel 19-6.
If I'm Bowl on bottom, I can't afford another one of those half Nelsons. I don't know if I come back for it. He's got a deep bar in right now, Benny.
Work to improve here. Both guys work to improve. Work to score here.
He's going to look to get a hook or a wrist on that far side.
Bowl reaches back. Gets the leg. Power half by Coach.
Coach only has the top leg in here. And now he's sinking his hips on top. This is a bad position for Bowl. Great job fighting through. Let's see if he can come all the way out.
And 3 backs awarded. Makes it 11-4.
Smyrna's got to start thinking bonus points here, and Coach is really doing a good job on top. He's got a power half again. If he can settle those hips on top.
1, 2,
There he goes.
3, 4, 5.
You can hear the crowd getting into it.
It is getting loud in here.
Bowl did a
3
great
back
job
awarded,
fighting
and then a
that.
reversal.
Green reversal. Use it or lose
29 to go.
He's got to let that foot come off the butt.
Green, that's
There,
a
they're
warning
gonna get a
stop
stall
right there.
call on
That's a
that.
warning stalling. All right, you got to let that go. Can't hold it.
22.
Bottom. Red, you're down.
Coach has the major
Red,
decision
you're down.
here.
Get set. Red, facing me. This way.
guessing you won't see anything crazy from him
Bottom
on bottom.
set.
Keep the major. Don't
Cover.
put yourself at risk.
I think Trey Mitchell's happy with a major right now, too. He was telling his wrestler just to be smart.
I would agree. Nothing to your back.
12 seconds to go.
Improve.
Big mat return by Bowl. And going to get a locked hands at the end of the match.
Yeah, 10 violation, locked in.
So 15-6. Major decision for coach.
Yeah, Benny, I think Smyrna was probably hoping for a little more there, but Braden Bowl came out and wrestled really tough. Coach did a great job. I thought he had him in a couple positions where he could have gotten the pin, but Bowl did a great job of fighting off.
That's going to move us to 144 pounds. That tightens the score down to 19-10. Out comes Jaden Dean.
Yeah, if you can toss it in.
Yeah, Benny, the next 4 matches I've got almost as toss-ups, so this is going to be, Caesar Rodney's got to still build a little bit of a lead here. They have a few matches up top that they might not be favored in, so this is a big, big place in the match.
And this will be Pierce.
Put on line, shake hands, gentlemen. Set.
For Smyrna. So we're underway to 144.
Pierce only a freshman. Jameson Dean a senior. Sometimes you see a little
Center, get to the center. Get to
maturity.
A senior took a year or two off.
Yeah, 2 years off.
But he's had a decent season for the Riders so far this year at 14-12. Got into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he
so
does.
Still kind of in the sport.
Yeah, he does some funky stuff. And he puts guys in danger, but he can also put himself in danger.
And a rolling some extra attempt by Pearson gives up the takedown.
Prove. 1.
So it looks like Pierce is going to come out and try to throw the kitchen sink at him tonight.
Keep the hands legal. Keep them out of the face. Keep them out of the face.
There's a single leg by Dean.
Center. Get to the center, gentlemen. Get to the center.
Under a minute to go here in the first period.
Pierce has a lot of movement here. Jameson Dean just kind of holding that center. There it is.
Pancake.
This could be it here, Benny.
Plenty of time, 35 seconds.
I'm holding 3, Green. I'm holding 3. 3.
And gets the 3 back points.
That's a great job by Pierce fighting off that
7-1.
position.
Near fall. Out. Easy break, Red. You're down.
I don't know why I'm surprised, Benny, but I haven't seen any quitting anybody yet. Both of these teams, well conditioned. Both of these teams, a lot of heart.
Bottom set. Hold that position.
No
Top,
quitting
cover
either of
legal.
them.
10 seconds to go. Dean looking to get the cradle of those long arms.
1.
And time's going to run out. We're going to move to the second period. 7-1 lead.
Green defers. Red. Red, stay here.
For
Center.
Jaden
Stay
Dean.
center. Your choice. Bottom. Red takes bottom.
And Pierce going to take down.
Right here, Red. Red, get set. Red, right here, set. Palms flat, palms flat. Palms flat, Red, palms flat. Hold, top cover.
And we're underway in the second period at 144.
Improve. 1.
And Pierce gets the escape, 7-2.
Neutral.
Shot by Dean, big deep double leg.
He's got to get off that head.
Green.
9-2 lead for Dean.
Benny, here's the wild thing. This is the first senior we've seen wrestle from either team thus far.
Right.
Both teams full of youth, young. Pierce, as a freshman, getting thrown into the rivalry right away.
Right.
Welcome to high school.
Yeah.
Still green.
And they go out of bounds.
right here, you're down. Red, center, you're down.
Minute 14 to go. 9-2 lead for Dean and the Riders.
Top cover.
Right to that claw ride. He's looking for that cradle. Pierce able to come to his feet, almost goes to his back, fights it off. Dean with that cross elbow. He just can't figure out the bottom side right now, Dan.
Yeah.
45 to go here in the second period. Leg in. And now gets 2 in.
This is tough for Pierce. He's got to really stay tough here.
Not there, you're not there. Keep that legal, readjust that arm. Readjust.
20 to go. It just runs out to the basic wrist and half. Pierce comes to his feet. Mat returned by Dean. And returns him to his back. He's going to pick up 2 back right at the end of the period.
Hold it 2.
So we're going to move to the third. That was a big 2 points there, Dan.
That was a big 2 points. And sometimes when you lift, and it looks like Pierce is a little banged up here. Sometimes when you lift and you put a guy back on the mat, it zaps a little bit of energy out of them, and you can pick up a quick 2 like that.
You need injury. You good? You good?
So Dean chooses to go to his feet.
On the line. Set.
Dean with the major so far. Double-legged shot by Pierce. And that's a lot of length to try to get through on a double leg.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's
Takedown
tight,
to the
Benny.
back.
That's tight.
And a pin for Jaden Dean.
That's a big pin for Jamison.
Or Jamison, I'm sorry. His brother's name's Jaden.
That's right.
So we're going to see our first of 3 Dixons tonight.
Stay with me, right? Good job.
So Craig Dixon checks in for the Caesar Rodney Riders. (25-10) lead for Caesar Rodney. So Ricardo Camacho for Smyrna. 150 pounds. Dixon, another guy, he was in the ranking. He's like a bubble guy right now, Dan. 150, 157, 2 tough weight classes.
Yeah, Benny, you see guys bounce in and out of those rankings, and the only rankings that matter are the ones at the end of the year.
That's right, in March.
And it's really all about who's wrestling well at that time of year. Guys get a little banged up. Guys have some bad weight cuts. They have a bad match. But at the end of the year, that's when it matters.
Camacho looking to go up top. Dixon able to get to a leg on the near side.
Camacho's doing a great job of fighting this off. He's got to be careful
Dixon's
here.
got
There's a
near side cradle, but that gets strong.
Yeah, he had a chin whip opportunity. It looked a little threatening too. Dixon's going to have to be mindful of that.
Under a minute.
Wrestle through it, gentlemen. Wrestle through it. Good control.
And that's going to be a takedown for Dixon.
That was a hard fault, 2 points there, Benny.
Now, easy break, Red.
Takedown for Dixon. Camacho go bottom. Camacho looks like he comes to school through the weight room, Dan.
That's correct. And a lot of these Caesar Rodney and Smyrna wrestlers
Bottom, hold that position, top, cover
have
legal.
been bred for this, Benny. Dixon has a deep half there. Camacho needs to be very mindful. Did a good job turning those hips around, but it doesn't look like Dixon's
He's got
letting go.
He's got torque here. 25 to go.
Camacho's got to come out.
Holding 2.
Good job fighting through.
I'm holding.
And he's going to get
Hold
two
it.
more awarded eventually.
I'm holding green. I'm holding. I'm holding 2 green.
5 seconds to
Still
go
holding.
here.
I'm still holding green. I'm still holding.
And the 2 is awarded. 4-0 lead after 1 for Craig
Red, it's on
Dixon.
you.
That was a hard 4-0 first
Red,
period
the
for
ball,
Dixon.
3.
He had to work for that. Camacho's not going to go over easy here.
Red, I need the center. Red, get to the center, please.
Dixon will take bottom.
Top hold, bottom set. Hold that position. Top, cover legal.
Dixon with a quick sit. Granby roll.
Got to clear those
Got to
hips
clear the
better.
feet, yeah. And Camacho pulls him back. He's going to get out of it. Pulls him back on top of him. So look at
Just close to a lock
Dixon
hands
was going to
there.
swing. Yeah, he's very close to the locked hands.
Improve. Improve.
The next one's
Red,
going to be a
that's a
stall.
warning.
There it
Red,
is.
that's
There's
a
a stall
warning.
warning on
Red.
top.
Improve.
You don't want to reach back there
Yeah.
if you're Dixon.
Down.
Especially
He's
now
going to get
we
a
had-
stall or locked hands here soon. He's
Bottom set.
Camacho wrestling from the waist
Red, you got a
down
stall
right now.
warning there.
Yeah,
You
he's
have a
got to
stall
follow
warning,
him to
Red.
his feet a little
Set.
bit better and
Top,
not let
cover
Dixon
legal.
get his chest up ahead of his.
4-0 lead for Craig Dixon. Minute 12 to go, second period. The Riders lead the duel 25-10.
If I'm Dixon right now, I'm definitely.
Oh, Granby to his back.
One,
He's tight here, Benny.
2, 3, 4.
Got to pull that elbow, that far elbow. Camacho not.
There he gets the weight over the top.
This is it.
45 to go. And a pin for Craig Dixon.
That's a huge, huge pin for Cesar Rodney. You look at their records on paper, Benny, and this looked like it could have been a toss-up, and it was a tight match. These dual meets are won on matches like that.
31-10 lead for Cesar Rodney. And we should see the next of the 3 Dixons. This one being the Smyrna version.
I think we got one more with Brandon West first.
Oh, Brandon West, you're right. Brandon West first.
And Brandon West, another kid who's come up through the ranks. Spent a lot of time in the offseason.
Big on the Smyrna football team.
Big on the Smyrna football team, and can he throw?
Put on line, shake hands.
Here we go, Kenneth King and
Step.
Brandon West.
Keep your hands legal.
King has a really good fireman's carry.
Easy.
And there it is.
Right away to his back.
When West puts you on your back, you don't typically get off.
No.
King doing a great job. Wow.
They go out of bounds. 5-0 lead for West.
King's going to have to be really, really careful here. West looks for those opportunities, and when you make a mistake, he makes you pay for it just like that.
Improve. Easy,
Big
easy.
lift, mat return. And King comes out on a high crotch.
Go red.
There it comes again, if he can get his hips in front.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's really tight, Benny.
And in the middle of the mat with a lot of time to go, and he gets the fall for the Eagles.
Easy, easy. There you go. Shake hands, guys.
31-16.
Stay with me, Red. Stay with me. Good night, guys. Good job.
And we're going to see Logan Heffington for the Riders and Jesse Dixon for the Smyrna Eagles.
It's on red.
And they're not going to send Dixon out. Jose Washington.
Wow, so that means we're going to get a Dixon versus Dixon matchup next. And Benny, with a win here, if Smyrna can pull out a win here, it keeps them in very much in the match. With a loss here, it's gonna be an uphill battle.
So underway at 165. Jose Washington, 2-1 on the year. He's a sophomore. Heffington, a senior, 17-10.
You know, a lot of people will look at this matchup, Benny, and they'll say, who's this kid, who's this kid?
Right.
They're kids who have been waiting in the wings, and they're part of the tradition at Caesar Rodney and Smyrna, and that's what makes this matchup so special.
And take down for Washington.
Gets in the lineup as a senior, and he's made the most of it. And I'm sure Smyrna has a lot of guys in that lineup the same way.
Red, improve. Improve. Go Red.
Heffington has funky hips.
Go you Red.
And after all, a minute to go, 2-0, 2-point takedown for Washington.
Benny, I'm no psychic, but somebody's going to get pinned in this match.
These two are putting it out there.
Work the score, both guys.
Another three-quarter Nelson. CR's got to be careful here.
Go Red. Improve. 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 Easy break, center. Get to the
And they go out of bounds.
I tell you, that was
30
a smart,
seconds.
That was a smart move by Smyrna. He was getting ready to get hit for stalling,
set.
and he did a good job driving him out.
Cover.
That mat awareness can be the difference in a match sometimes.
2-0 lead for Jose Washington. Got a half in on the left side. Heffington to his feet again.
Stop.
Oh, that's going to be a slam.
That's illegal, Red. One green. Hey, you can't lift there and bring it back down, all right? You got to listen to my whistle. Are you good? You good? All right, go down. You're still here.
15 seconds on the restart.
Top cover.
So what should have been a potentially dangerous because he had an arm trap continued to an illegal because of that back arch situation there.
Improve. One.
Yeah, and it's going to be an escape for Heffington. Make it 2-2
We're neutral.
with just 2 seconds in the first period.
Benny, just on first glance, it looks like these two wrestlers might be mirror images of one another.
Yeah,
They're both looking for underhooks. They're both big hip guys.
Bottom.
And Heffington will go bottom.
Bottom set. Top cover.
Underway in the second period.
Improve.
Heffington to his feet again.
Improve.
Washington's got to get him down here.
His arms trapped again.
Improve. Red, that's a warning. Red, warning.
There's a stall warning on
Out. No change. Down. Hey, you got to work the turn there.
On
You gotta work
Washington.
to take him down. Bottom set.
Washington's got to think about cutting him when he gets to his feet. You can't give up stalling calls that easily early in the match, especially in a tight match like this. You got to let him go.
Up again. And Heffington's got him in a problem right now.
2, 3, 4.
Minute 30 to go.
He's got to lift the head and put his shoulder right in the middle of his chest. He's got to get his butt up in the air. There it is. Washington's got in trouble here. He's got to pass it,
Minute
and
15
that's
to go,
it.
and there's a pin for the Riders. They go up 37-16. So we should see the two cousins, and they have one meeting this year. Here comes Owen Dixon for the Caesar Rodney Riders. And we should see Jesse Dixon, his cousin, for the Smyrna Eagles.
Put on lock, shake hands. Hey, stay out of face. Right here, right here. time, right here. Both guys, come here. Right, just keep it out of face, all right? Keep it out of face. All right, that's the last warning. You got getting another warning. Set, right here.
Underway at 175 pounds.
Center. Get to the center.
I think a win here for the Riders could ice it. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm doing some math in my head here, Benny, and I'm just a gym teacher, so.
Right. Single leg attempt by Owen Dixon. And he's, is he going to get the takedown?
He's got to stay on that leg. He's got to stay on that leg.
And they're going to go out of bounds. These two met at the Milford Invitational.
Keep those hands legal. Keep those hands legal in there.
I believe in the finals.
Yeah, it was a tight match. Last second takedown or reversal, I think, for Owen Dixon.
Shot attempt by Jesse Dixon.
That baseline defense, you got to block arms. That's better. You got to block arms. There's a re-attack attempt. Dixon's got to get his, and Jesse Dixon's got to get his hips down.
And takedown for Owen Dixon of the Riders. 35 to go here, first period.
Benny, when you get into tight matches like this, it's the little fundamentals that make all the world of difference. Being able to sprawl appropriately, head and hand defense, good position on your attacks.
Escape for Dixon, Jesse Dixon.
Get to the center, gentlemen. Get to the center. Green, it's on you. You got all the choices, Green.
So we move to the second period.
Green, the first.
2-1 lead for Owen Dixon.
Red takes bottom, second period. Right here. Red, set.
Looks like he's going to cut him.
Yeah, he's
One
gonna
red.
cut him, put him up.
Neutral.
2-2.
Set.
Underway in the second period.
Stay out of face.
Benny, not to talk about the elephant in the room, this is a tough position for both of these guys.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Your cousins, your family, and you're wrestling in
The Smyrna Caesar Rodney
the
match.
Smyrna Caesar Rodney match with the match essentially, for all intents and purposes, barring anything crazy, on the line. And that's tough.
Minute 14 to go here in the second period. Tied up at 2.
I guess that's the price you pay when you put on the blue and gold
That's
and the red
right.
and
Work
white.
the score, gentlemen. Both guys here. Let's work the score.
Taking on anyone and everyone.
Under a minute to go, second period. Both wrestlers, I think, would like to have a takedown here going into that third period.
Yeah, Owen Dixon will get choice. He scored first in the first period.
35 to go. 2-on-1 by Jesse
That legal.
Dixon. And Owen Dixon counters it with an
Center.
underhook.
Get to the center.
And they go out of bounds, and that's going to be a
That's
stall
tough
warning.
call. That's a tough call.
I need you to circle in there. I need you to circle in there. Set.
Jesse Dixon was doing a good job earlier controlling the center of the mat. And then he had his back turned on that one, and Owen got him out for a stall call. That stall could come back.
Little throw by attempt by Jesse. Under 10 to go here.
It's the right call in that scenario, but I don't like it.
Right, yeah.
Center.
And we'll move to the third period.
Bottom.
Owen
Red,
Dixon
center.
will take bottom.
Bottom set. Red, you have a stall warning. You have a stall warning. Bottom set, hold, top, cover.
See, that stall changes his approach now. If he gets to his feet, he's going to have to cut him because he can't take another chance.
Improve. 1.
And there's an escape for Owen.
Neutral.
3-2 lead for Owen Dixon.
Jesse's got to fight back into his ties here. He's got to be careful to circle. Yeah, nice job, and that's a nice job circling and shooting.
Center.
Circle and shoot, circle and shoot. Don't let anybody push you out. Jesse Dixon did a nice job with that. If he does it again, I think Owen would get hit for a stalling on that one.
Minute 42 to start. The restart.
And if I'm Owen Dixon here, I gotta be strategic, but I gotta keep trying to score. I can't go into prevent.
Right.
Green, that's all shots. Green, that's a warning on shots. Green.
So both wrestlers have a warning.
And if I'm Jesse,
get to the center.
I'm not forcing it. I got plenty of time.
There's a shot by Dixon. Owen, that is. He's got the hip pinned.
He's got to pass that arm, and he's going to get it.
Take down for Owen Dixon.
Green.
5-2 lead.
Wrestle the edge here, gentlemen. Wrestle the edge.
Still plenty of time in this match, Benny. We got stalling calls on both of them. Jesse's got to get to his feet.
1.
Then does.
Center.
Gets the
Get
escape.
to the center. Get to the center. Neutral.
43 to go.
Owen's got to be very mindful that he has a stall call against him. And Jesse's got to start firing some off and either chase that stall.
Right here. Look at me. Are you good? What do you need?
30 seconds is plenty of time to score.
Right now. Take a second.
But you're going to have to start firing them off if you're Jesse Dixon.
Need injury? Trainer.
So we go to injury time. If we got poked in the eye. Or
Green.
.33 to go. So Dixon's going to have to, Jesse Dixon's going to have to pick up the pace here.
Yeah, he's going to have to look for his ties. He's not going to, he can't let Owen control the ties. He's got to hand fight and get to his ties, and he might only get one opportunity to fire one off, and when he takes it, when he sees it, he's got to take it.
Same thing.
In these tight matches, you don't get many opportunities, and you got to capitalize when you have the opportunity.
So it appeared to be a contact issue. So 33 on the clock. 5-3 lead for Owen Dixon. Both have stalling calls.
Stay legal in there.
Shot attempt by Jesse. Under 20 to go.
Jesse's looking sucker drag.
Yeah.
Owen's got to stay high elbow. This is not a bad position for
Center,
Owen.
10. Get to the center. Get to the center. Stop. Center.
They'll go out of bounds 6 seconds.
Center.
Jesse's got to fire one off here. Doesn't have much time. He's got to go.
And Owen Dixon's going to get the 5-3 decision.
Stay with me here. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Makes it 40-16.
Yeah, and that puts the match out of reach for Smyrna.
So that's our poor seal coating. Seal the deal for tonight.
There we go. And again, you hate to see two cousins have to go at it in a tense rivalry like this. But again, that's the price of strapping on the Caesar Rodney singlet and the Smyrna singlet.
So it's Owen Meister coming out against number 6 ranked Tegan Grotowski.
Yeah, Benny, this is another match I was looking forward to seeing. I think Owen Meister's had a little bit of an up and down year. Grotowski's done a nice job at 15-9. Only as a sophomore, but he's built like a 25-year-old.
Right.
Get to the center.
Meister 17 and 13.
Center.
And both
Get to
these
the
teams,
center.
you look at their records as compared to other teams in the conference, these two teams wrestle some tough competition.
Yeah, Smyrna and Caesar Rodney have always gone out and tried to find the toughest competition. So at the end of the year, they're ready for the toughest competition, and both teams have done that.
Get to the center, guys. Get to the center. Wrestle in the center.
Dan starts thinking about an outstanding wrestler for tonight's match. We'll select that at the end of the match.
Definitely a few guys who've really stepped up tonight.
Hey, easy. Center, easy. Break there, break.
And Owen Dixon goes into the lap of the cheerleaders.
Right here.
Or Owen Meister.
I'm not sure what happened there. If he slipped, it looked like he got hit in the, like he's holding his ribs or his leg.
Injury.
Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. It's going to be First State Orthopedics. We'll be right back. So welcome back to Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Benny Mitchell here with Dan Rigby. Missy Holliquist on the camera for us tonight. And while we're gone, we heard the referee say that they were switching from injury time to head, neck, concussion protocol. So that gives them a 5-minute window.
Yeah, no injury time penalty there. Not that injury time's a penalty, but you get a full 5 minutes to recover, get evaluated by the trainer.
So 40-16 was kind of recap. Donato goes out. He gets a major decision for Cesar Rodney. Cesar Rodney takes the first 4 weight classes with 2 pins in there. And then the Eagles come back with back-to-back wins by Donald Smith with a pin, and then a major decision by Warren Coates. Jamison Dean and Craig Dixon fire back with back-to-back pins at 144 to 150. And then Brandon West from Smyrna stops the bleeding, getting a pin at 157. And then Logan Heffington, CR gets back-to-back wins there. Logan Heffington gets the pin, and then Owen Dixon with the poor seal coating seal the deal.
Yeah, and it looks like Owen Meister's going to be done here with the head and neck cervical.
With the match wrapped up, you can do that. I mean, then again, you don't want further injury. You got some big matches to go. You got Cape and Lopin on Wednesday night. Got Sussex Central next week.
Yeah, it's about protecting your athletes, and that rule change a few years back was a good thing for our sport. And I think anything to protect our wrestlers is a good thing. And kudos to the training staff and the coaching staff there to put the needs of the student athlete ahead of the egos.
Put on last, shake hands.
So here we go. Walter Toomer for the Riders, 8 and 13. He's a junior. He's a light 215. He's up against Mason Schellenberg Jr., 7 and 5.
Yeah,
Hey,
Walter Toomer, probably really a 190 pounder,
Right.
but can't beat Meister. So he did what he needed to do for the team, moving up.
Trace he fully expects him to be his 190 pounder next season, with Meister, with the 2 Owens graduating.
And Schulenberg here is a big 215.
He is a big boy.
Riding some legs. When you're 190 pounds and you have a full 215 on top of you, it's not an easy task to build that base.
So Dan, you've coached a few of these.
Work to improve, both guys. Work to
Walking
improve
to the
here.
bus at the end of the night with the win. What are the emotions of a head coach and a team? You've done it both. You've been a wrestler on this team. You've been a coach of this team. You beat Smyrna, and you walk out of here tonight. What's the emotions like?
Yeah, I mean, this is always a match circled on every Cesar Rodney calendar and every Smyrna calendar, every fan's calendar. This is a big one. But, you know, over the last few years when they changed the dual meet format to be housed here, although we wanted to win, this was always a training opportunity for us, Benny, wrestling here, because to mimic the state duel scenario is really important. So you want to come out with a win, but you really want to come out and see how your athletes can perform in this setting, because you'll be back here in about a month,
right?
Hopefully, and you need to be in this environment. So wins are great, but you really want to see how your athletes can perform.
I think both these schools have qualified for every state duels. I know Smyrna had some in Division II, but they've been in every state duel. Cesar Rodney's been in every state duel.
It's great to see, and this is no knock on the private schools, but it's great to see two public schools who have built it with a grassroots program,
right,
and are perennial powerhouses in our state. That's great for Delaware wrestling.
What do you got? Your choice. Bottom.
Schulenberg's going to take bottom. Toomer defers.
Top hold. Bottom set.
Benny, I keep going back to this. The Cesar Rodney high school team and the Smyrna high school team, they didn't build this by themselves.
No.
You have great people behind the scenes at the youth program and the middle school programs keeping this machine running. It doesn't run by itself. So both of these coaches know that they have a lot of people to be thankful for behind the scenes.
And you got two programs that are probably approaching 1,500 wins between the two of them.
Toomer doing a good job here on top. I'm impressed with that little breakdown.
He put a little bit of time in last spring and summer, and he had a big win against Milford, won the dual meet for him. And I asked him what this spring and summer was going to look like. He thinks he's going to put in a little bit more for his senior year.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He likes to work hard. It looks like he's a little outmatched here with a bigger and maybe stronger opponent. But holding his own nonetheless.
Approaching a minute to go here in the second period. He locks up this cradle. That could be a problem.
My goodness. He's going to make me eat my words here on. He's going to make me eat my words, Benny. He's got
and there's the fall for Toomer. Wow.
That's a huge win. That's a huge win for him, and that's just icing on the cake for Cesar
At the
Rodney.
Delcastle tournament, he really struggled with that near side cradle. Obviously, he's fixed the parts to it. So Cesar Rodney goes up 46-22. We come to the last match of the night. Caleb Kellum comes out for Cesar Rodney, and the man they call Chi-Chi Yule, here for the number 4 ranked 285-pounder in the state.
Yeah, Chi-Chi burst on the scene 2 years ago and has consistently gotten better every single year, Benny. He's a big, tall guy, but he knows how to wrestle.
Also a pretty good football player for Smyrna Eagles.
That's the beauty of having a team that has a lot of success, is that you share athletes in the school, and it helps that team culture, that school culture. Smyrna's done a great job with that over the last couple years.
The first time I picked Chi-Chi as a outstanding wrestler one night, went to the interview and he said, I just don't know what to say. I just want to thank everybody for getting me here.
Illegal headlock here. He's over the
Jack
elbow,
lock.
but he's going to get it.
Takedown for Yule. And he's going to end the night with a pin for the Eagles, folks. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout, come right back with our outstanding wrestler. Stand by.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Eggspectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned.
Welcome back to Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. And we have our tonight's outstanding wrestler, Logan Heffington. Logan, the match coming down to kind of being on the line. And Coach Rigby here said somebody's getting pinned in this match the way you two were going after it. But you turned it, got the pin, set it up for Owen Dixon. Talk about your match. Take us through your match.
So it all started with my warm-up. I wanted to really mentally prepare going into it. I didn't know if I was going to wrestle the Dixon or the other kid, but I knew going out there it was going to be a great match, tough match. So I wanted to be mentally focused and ready for it.
So this is your first varsity CR Smyrna match, you know, and to get that pin, how big was that for you and your team?
It was massive. At the start of the year, the team fills out their personal goals, and number one for me was beat Smyrna, because I've always, I don't want to say I've hated Smyrna, but I've never loved Smyrna.
Coach Rigby, any questions?
Yeah, Logan, you know, we talked about this a lot during the match, that both Cesar Rodney and Smyrna have guys who have been in waiting for years, maybe not recognizing some names. You're one of those guys who sat in waiting for 3 years, and now you've gotten your chance. Talk a little bit about what it means to be a senior, getting a chance on varsity, and what this program means to you.
I love CR wrestling. I've known from my freshman year that I'm going to be doing this for the next four years, because I've just had a passion for it. I've really learned well from my 3 years on JV, and not even on JV my freshman and sophomore year. But I've always come to every practice ready to learn and get better, and here it is. I'm applying it on my first Smyrna and CR match.
And talk about this team. Between graduation and the Moore twins moving, lost half your team. There was a lot of questions coming into this season about this team. Started off the year ranked 4, still ranked 4, but now you're sitting at 7-1 and undefeated in the Hellman Conference with Cape and Sussex Central down the line. Talk about your team.
I feel like the team is capable of winning states this year. I feel like we can do anything that we put our minds to. This has got to be the most meshed together and most team I've ever been a part of. Everyone's cool with each other. Everyone loves being around each other. There's no hatred anywhere.
Anything there? Thanks a lot, Logan. You're our wrestler of the night, outstanding wrestler. And Dan, let's wrap it up. We talked about it. This is big. You know, the CR Smyrna matchup, it'll be big again next year. It'll be big 20 years from now. But the Riders moved to 7-1 on the season. And as we said, not really what was expected of this team. A lot of question marks on this team this year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, Smyrna's and Cesar Rodney are both the same. You know, you don't necessarily rebuild, you reload, and it's the next guy up. It's the scenario where, you know, you might have the not have the name recognition, but it's your job, and you answer that call. And so, you know, for Cesar Rodney, they have a couple really tough matches coming up with Cape and Sussex Central, 2 big tests there. So we'll see what they're made of. They got a tough stretch here at the end, but we'll see what they're made of.
And things went Cesar Rodney's way tonight, but this Smyrna team came out. Coach Aaron Harris made some really good changes. Some of them didn't work out. Some of them did work out. But this Smyrna team's a team to be reckoned with, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game. And sometimes you got to know when to hold them, and sometimes you got to know when to fold them. And he made a few moves tonight, and it didn't necessarily work out. But if these two teams see each other again, it could be a very different outcome. Logan Heffington's match, 2 guys throwing each other around. Lots of things can go differently when Cesar Rodney and Smyrna match up.
Folks, that's a wrap from Smyrna High School. The final score tonight, 46 for the Cesar Rodney Riders, 28 for Smyrna. For Missy Holoquest and Dan Rigby on his debut on 302 Sports. Appreciate you. That's a wrap. We'll see you Wednesday night. We're going to be right back here in this gym when the Sussex Central Golden Knights come to town trying to defend their conference championship. Folks, have a safe night.
Belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And